Is the crypto market gearing up for an expansive move? If that's true, we might not be witnessing the end of a deceptive bullish climactic action. What significance does it hold for the market that Ethereum is currently validating the creek? And what implication is there in the unsuccessful attempt to sell Bitcoin? Instead, we observe whales buying where it matters. Now, you're looking at the Cardano chart, as this quotation is providing valuable information for the crypto ecosystem. When we were analyzing the first bullish impulse, our primary obsession was to identify the working angle from the beginning so that we could extrapolate the base of the bullish channel up here to identify its ceiling. That's why, when Cardano was at these price levels, we visualized the idea that Cardano might quickly descend in its quotation to reach the base of the future bullish channel and then continue. Will the price continue with this pattern? We'll see if it comes, breaks strongly, confirms, and offers us that movement soon. We'll see if it even needs a third impulse. I can already sense it. Could it happen? Apart from seeing good medium-term trading opportunities for shorts and longs, what we emphasize is that smart money is channeling us to Cardano after a strong bullish impulse. For this reason, we must consider that at some point we may experience a bullish climactic action. But look, you'll understand this very soon. Now, if we observe the Ethereum chart, you'll notice we're working on a macro bullish channel, very aggressive, focusing on its recent quotation while seeking the climactic bullish action. After the last video recording, we were working on the hypothesis that following the bullish impulse and correction with an accumulation process being close to relevant structure, we could expect a very aggressive and directional continuation. Honestly, we don't know if after this possible pullback, the price simply validates the creek to seek that strong and expansive movement we mentioned earlier. If it breaches the defense zone, the movement will be aggressive. The reason for putting forward this aggressive movement was accompanied by the macro idea of expecting a sooner or later aggressive climactic action in the crypto ecosystem. Now, see how we followed the market. Now you're looking at the Bitcoin chart. In the last video, we had a similar trend line drawn, the yellow one you see now. And look, after the strong bullish impulse we could potentially see in Ethereum, driven by a bullish accumulation process also for Bitcoin, the ideal point, after waiting for the significant bullish movement to look for shorts in the market, was found in Bitcoin. So if you recall, we were searching for the institutional target of this bullish accumulation process, and at the same time, we were considering the idea of opening a short position, anticipating an excess, a trap from the origin of the breakout trend line. That's why the order to search for a sale had to be placed up here. And well, it seems the movement has been good. Whether after the correction we mentioned to look for entries in the testing of the structure or the second institutional target related to the bullish accumulation process. And now, with the Bitcoin chart, let's assess what the market is doing to us. So look, we were looking for long opportunities since this bullish impulse was quite enticing, given our background. Therefore, we looked for operational zones to find these entries. In the case of Bitcoin, it didn't prosper as we would have liked, and we'll discuss why now. But on the other hand, in the search for a bullish movement, if we paid attention to the cross-analysis and looked at Ethereum, we saw that we still had room for a fall before looking for such a position. As in Ethereum, we sought that entry on its creek. And notice how the smart money observes how they have validated the structure, not once but twice, to seek those movements of our interest. So, are we still looking for a long operation in cryptocurrencies? Well, let's answer that question. On the one hand, we must understand that seeing that Ethereum still had room to fall to the creek, Bitcoin didn't have enough with a drop to its micro creek, hence seeking an even more bearish movement. All of it was accompanied by what was happening in Ethereum. And here, we are seeing which trend line they were following. Seeing that fall, I already started to look for it, and now see how it has continued to impact and respect. So, is the idea of looking for that replication necessarily invalidated? Well, to answer that question, let's look in here. Look, now that we can see inside the candles, what does the volume tell us? What does the smart money tell us? Those who truly move the market at will. Well, remember that we were working on a trend line here, and now in this fall, we observe that these sellers with great force, look, try to bring the price down, and tell me, have these sellers managed to displace the price? The answer is evident. Not only this, but after this attempt to sell, we see how the smart money is already going long. Look down here at the delta, how they are already starting to buy, and what is more relevant. Notice in this range how they generate volatility, making it seem like we're headed to the underworld and at the lowest point. Who shows up? An aggressive and massive order. In other words, here, whales are buying at the optimal price level. Remember, whales won't buy when they're knocking on the door of a structure. They'll buy at the ideal point. In other words, if this is the level everyone sees as a limit, a whale will buy where the retail investor would place their stop loss. There you have their whale purchase. Not to mention this whale buyer cluster. It has done its reaction function. And now, in this Bitcoin chart, we are analyzing the inside of the candles to truly follow smart money, not with order blocks, a system completely blind to what smart money is doing, as it abandons the study of volume. Nothing more to say, Your Honor. Now we see how the creek has broken, but look, we're talking about a micro creek here. One thing is evident, they've been buying at interesting areas, so if we observe carefully, we'll realize we're working with a defense zone that seems to have been bought. Taking this into account and analyzing what Ethereum is doing. If you look closely, here we have defined a creek in this 1 hour time frame, which is broken forcefully. Remember, it was the movement we were seeking, which then came to validate the creek. If we zoom in and analyze what's happening inside, we'll notice the following. Look, see how at that price level, they try to bring the price down. Just look at the massive volume and delta, which in this case is excessively aggressive, very sell-oriented. And see momentarily, it seems they moved the price, but in reality, what we're seeing on the tape is a drying up. In other words, transactional interest in lower levels of the massive sell zone has drastically reduced, signifying zero interest from market participants to transact at those levels. In other words, selling weakness. And now, notice when we pay attention to these levels where the sellers have clearly positioned themselves. Then we'll see how the price, just like in Bitcoin, has been brought down to very, very interesting levels, not randomly chosen but promoted by the objective and true assessment of what smart money is doing. And then we see the break of a truly important level in the creek. And now, here we are. And now, I'll tell you what all this means and what we think will happen in the short and medium term in the crypto market. But before, welcome to Crypto Insight, your ethical and moral channel for cryptocurrency technical analysis. Here, we really know what we're talking about. We conduct advanced technical analysis that has been developed for over 12 years. We upload videos several times a week. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, let me know and leave a comment with your opinion. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell so you don't miss the next opportunity. All right, now look at the Cardano quotation. We were looking for those bullish entries as we've seen in Bitcoin. The matter didn't work out too well for us, but on the flip side, in Ethereum, it worked well. Now you'll see how it worked well for us in Cardano as well. After this strong bullish impulse, we were observing how far the price could fall. Using Ethereum as a proxy, it hinted quite well that we could reach the last level. Now just look at how the price rushed to find the level, created a small trap, then confirmed that level and offered us that movement. In the end, we are witnessing an initial move, a trap with confirmation that guarantees another move. Let's see if they want to offer us that expansive move from here. If we work with a volume profile, we'll notice that after the strong bullish impulse, we came to find the point of control. So, if we define this zone as the limit of a correction, which we are simultaneously seeing being tested at the point of control, it would make sense to see if they soon manage to penetrate that structure to seek at least the ceiling of the bullish channel, generating an upthrust or climactic action. Remember, in the crypto market, what are we defending? That we are truly about to fall. But there is a possibility of experiencing an aggressive climactic bullish action before the fall. That's the message. In the case of Ethereum, we can see this strong bearish impulse that we might be experiencing a correction now. So here we think we are in a complex corrective pattern where we have the W. This is a poor, insufficient, poorly fed EY for you to understand. And now we are experiencing the Z. So, the real question here is, are we truly at the end of the Z? Therefore, will we make a U-turn? Or on the contrary, will this bullish impulse that breaks a creek from a range, which could be an accumulation process, provoke the search for a harmonic after validation, testing the creek and then seeking that replication, announcing that we are at the end of the impulse, and the deceptive climactic action, that's where the end of the Z would be? And then, if offering us the bearish movement, those are the questions you should be asking yourself. And if you you haven't understood anything I've said, I can only invite you to watch the videos from Crypto Insight, and over time, I guarantee you'll understand our language, as many members of the Crypto Insight community already do. A community that fills me with pride to say is improving tremendously. So, in the end, our clearest and most evident proxy will be Ethereum, and that's quite clear because here we have a creek. It made the impulse, validated the creek. Let's see if they are ready to offer us the climactic action, or perhaps they want to come and seek some liquidity, something like searching for the replication of this bearish impulse to then offer us the movement. So, within this map of ideas, when are we going to rule out an expansive V as a deceptive climactic bullish action? Well, look, if we see Ethereum's price breaking the creek and then trying to recover it but failing, see, this would be the classic move of making you think I'm reaccumulating. Look how I break the creek, absorb you, make you think we're going for the replication. Pure lie, and I make the unexpected move. Unexpected in quotes, I'm already telling you. In the end, we have to follow Ethereum, adapt, and look for opportunities according to what it's projecting. Now, tell me, what do you think will happen with the crypto market? Leave your opinion in the comments. Also, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so that YouTube notifies you of future posts. And remember, with Bitcoin, we're playing with fire, as we've just pierced the origin of the breakout that led to the bear market, and now we're recovering it, in quotes. This is where we need to pay great attention because the option of a macro trap is on the table, to recover and then seek that expected bearish move. Remember, our best indicator will be Ethereum. But looking at this impulse and this channel, how we're finishing this range. Also observing the significance of this bullish impulse, where we have its corrective pattern, its own trend line. Why not wait for the replication that accompanies us for a macro trap, an upthrust, a final climactic action to trap, confirm, and finally turn the market around, an event that would be explained and justified by this bearish impulse, where we have AW, a poor rye, and we might still see an expansive deceptive Z before the turnaround. Remember, when you trade, don't forget to use your stop loss. Now, tell me, do you think we'll experience the bullish climactic action before the fall? Do you believe we'll fall directly? Or do you even think we're heading to new all-time highs in Bitcoin? Leave your opinion in the comments. You can also support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and clicking the bell for future notifications. Share this video with your friends and other trading and cryptocurrency communities. I wish you a happy new year, successful trading, and see you in the next one. Until 2024!